Hello there, and welcome to my video on how to increase student motivation within both an on-site and a live online classroom. My name is Rory Hatfield. I'm a full-time live online faculty member, also on the Energy Task Force team. Now, you might be thinking by that title that, by being a member of the Energy Task Force team, I am part of a giant robot that fights evil. Fair enough assessment. It's actually part of what full-time teachers here at Kaplan do to specialize in a way to increase student motivation as well as make for a better learning experience for our students by providing educational videos and blog entries for every part-time and full-time teacher in the country. So, if you have any questions about what I'm showing you today, or you'd like to discuss some things that I'm showing you further, by all means, shoot me an email at rory.hatfield@kaplan.com. Now, I've got 4 brief things to show you to increase the engagement in your classroom. And we're going to start right at the top with confidence polls. As you might have guessed, high school students, which make up our SAT and ACT and PSAT classes, really, as a nature of being teenagers, question, why they have to do a lot of things. Everything from, why do I have to take out the trash? Why can't I stay out past 10 o'clock? It's a Friday. Stuff like that. And let me tell you, pre-college classes are no different. Why are we doing reading? Why is there science on the ACT? Now, in order to better target the lessons for each lesson and to give them clear goals to work for, I recommend using confidence polls. Consider that before class, I ask my students, okay, what do you feel confident in doing? If students feel good about it, great, they're going to excel in something in class. If they're not confident, they'll have a chance to learn about it, and they've set goals for themselves. If students self-identify that they don't have a skill before class, they're much more likely to be engaged and learn when they know what's being targeted and how they can improve themselves. Let's talk about that specificity as well, knowing how to improve themselves. You'll notice I didn't just type, I feel confident picking numbers. I feel confident identifying special right triangles. I gave a purpose behind every skill. They're going to pick numbers to simplify tough questions, back solving to save time. It's not just a concept. It's a clear action that they are supposed to perform. Either students are confident, saying finding the important info in every reading passage, or identifying special right triangles within complex geometry questions, or they're not. You can assess that by saving the Now I Feel Confident poll at the end of class, letting students know exactly how much as a reminder, how much knowledge they've gained, and it allows you to be put in the limelight as a great teacher when the confidence poll at the end has a lot more respondents and a lot more positive respondents than the one beforehand. Now, I've been using confidence polls for over a year in my live online environment. I think I can count on one hand, I think 4, the number of polls that dropped or stayed the same from before class to after class. 4. And that's out of the hundreds of polls I've had. So it's a great way to make yourself not only look good, which, let's face it, is a great thing to do, but also concretely demonstrate to your students that they are making progress. Now, confidence polls aren't just about, rules for engagement aren't just about, setting clear goals and metrics. They're also about having fun too. Let's take a look at class mascots, particularly if this is particularly useful for both live online and the on-site classroom. You'll have to excuse the noise from outside. I would call it the SAT High Score Express. That's typically what I say to students when trains or buses or very loud diesel-powered vehicles go by my window. Now, on to class mascots. If you're a live online teacher like me, instruct your TAs to pick a mascot for their specific part of the attendee list. If I have 2 or 3 TAs, I advise them to split the class in half or in thirds and have them pick a really fun mascot to put on screen whenever their team does something awesome, either in class or when they guided group work. The best analogy I can think of is in Harry Potter, whenever like Hermione Granger would inevitably get a question right, the teachers would always say, "Oh, 5 points for Gryffindor." So instead of giving points in the House Cup, we'll put up fun graphics on the screen. When I taught with Amanda Boyd, she would inevitably choose Amanda's Pandas. Same with Missy Wanstall. She loves pandas, by the way. Just based on the amount of panda icons that Missy has put on the screen when we've worked together. I know that I also worked with a Jess who named herself Jess's Rexes, and there is a neat way I like to make my own Kaplan memes to put them in class, and this is when anybody does well. The Kaplan Honey Badger is, in particular, a rather favorite of students. And here's why this meme works. It's not just the fact that students would know who the Honey Badger is, but it's inherently funny because you're making it the Kaplan Honey Badger. So even if students aren't in on the meme, it's inherently funny that a badger's actually saying, "Neither do I intercept. Honey Badger don't care." So that way, if students are in on the joke, awesome. If they've never heard of it, they can still find it funny. Now, another great way to build this inclusion in your class, making students feel like they're part of a class and also really going towards a goal, not just putting stars on the screen if you're a live online teacher, but also having college color stars. For example, I had a class last night where students said, "Oh man, I really want to, go to Northwestern." So I'm like, "Oh, Jessica wants to go to Northwestern. Let's get a purple star up there." Oh, I see someone's, got Duke in their sights. Let's get a blue star up there. Maybe you think the blue and purple are too close together. Well, if a student wants to go to Ohio State or Alabama or Nebraska, red star. Maybe they want to go to UVA, just like their awesome teacher Rory does, and then you can put an orange star on the screen. The deal is that let your students choose their target schools. Makes them feel pretty awesome if they know they're trying to go to, say, Oregon or Baylor, and they see a green star up there, because it's personalized attention through live online, but it's also a subtle reminder that they're in this class to get the scores they need to go to their target schools. And lastly, for the chat crown, kudos to Rosie Daniel for introducing this to me. Let's say you want to really encourage students to say awesome things in the chat. For example, let's say I wanted to reward myself for making an awesome point with the college color stars. Go to Edit User and put in what's called the chat crown. It's going to be a lowercase l, then capital V, lowercase l. And now you'll notice that whenever I say something in the chat, there's going to be a little crown next to my name, and you can pass the crown around. Students don't lose it, but you can just say "Oh, well, if you get the crown, you'll have for about 5 minutes, and then I'll look to pass it on to somebody else to to spread it around." And lest I forget, the class mascots was not only a staple of Live Online, but full-time faculty, Live Online faculty Laura Atchison has been a strong proponent of class mascots and really mentoring me in the awesome ways to get students excited and to make class fun. So kudos to you, Laura. Thank you much. And that concludes my pre-foray into how to increase engagement. Although the skills I had are primarily for Live Online, letting students know that precisely what they're going to be learning in terms of confidence polls, using maybe different colored markers in an on-site class, blue, purple, red for your students' target schools would be appropriate. And for class mascots, you can totally print out mascots and put them on your blackboard or whiteboard. That's all I've got for you now. Again, my name is Rory Hatfield, and if you have any questions, shoot me an email at rory.hatfield@kaplan.com. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.